In 1961, Douglas Kirkland photographed Marilyn Monroe in an iconic shoot for Look magazine that is one of the most famous Hasselblad-led portrait shoots of all time. Today I'm going to try to recreate it with model Clara in her own apartment. It's real, lived in, with bright daylight sun, challenging lighting conditions and space, and see if we can recreate it in 2026 with the latest generation of Hasselblad gear. So Douglas Kirkland was only 27 when he photographed Marilyn for Look magazine for their 25th anniversary magazine. Now, through his career, he'd shot with all different systems, and of course in that role he could shoot with anything he wanted, but he chose to shoot with a Hasselblad 500 series and an 80mm planar lens. It kind of mirrors my story. I shoot with all kinds of different brands, but when it really comes down to wanting the best image quality or perfect color for a shoot, I go to my Hasselblad kit as well. So today I'm going to be using the X2D Mark II along with the 35-100. The equivalent of his lens becomes something like a 56 f2. Going from that format to this. Shooting in square, I also brought along the 20-35 and the 90V lens as we mix things up a little later in the shoot. But I think I'll start off shooting around 56mm and with a square format to replicate his style of shooting. Douglas Kirkland's original shoot was deceptively simple but masterfully executed. Working in a studio, he used the Hasselblad 500C with an 80mm lens. He lit Marilyn with large, soft studio lights and let her natural ease carry the mood. The sheets weren't just props, they became the canvas, wrapping her in intimacy and giving the images their timeless feel. In my recreation, I'm echoing that simplicity with the Hasselblad X2D II, laying down white paper to ground the set, and shaping the space with soft window light. The goal here isn't to copy every detail, but to capture the same spirit. Intimacy, softness, and a mood that feels effortless, letting my model bring her own personality into the frame. Kirkland said Marilyn led the shoot. He simply followed her energy. For this first phase, I'm going to do the same. I'll let Clara move freely, explore the sheets, and set the tone. It's about giving her space to get comfortable before I step in with direction.
Or should I have my hand here?
That can work, yeah. Why do you say you relate to her?
I don't know, because she also used to shoot and all these kind of similar styles and dye her hair blonde and being wild.
Oh, that's great. That's the energy. I'm gonna move this ladder and I'm gonna shoot from down here up at you. Okay. Can you move back and just lay on the bed towards me? So your face and everything is down here. Okay, so I think we'll get a few more here. So maybe move a bit to the center of the bed, just a little. Yeah. And let's try looking at this one. You gotta think the power dynamic on that shoot must have been crazy. He was this young, aspiring photographer and she was frickin' Marilyn Monroe. Any look she gives would be so charged. Oh, that's nice. Can you keep that pose but just come a tiny bit closer to me? Yeah, and then again, laying back.
Like this?
I think it can come down a little, like she still showed her curves, but just not too much. That's good. Thank you for not being 2 hours late to the shoot like Marilyn apparently was.
That's what I'm saying, like it's different these days than back in the days. I feel like she was very bohemian.
Yes.
Could never rely.
Like this.
Everything was very spontaneous in her case.
It seemed to be, yeah. The theme of the shoot was probably just decided on the day. From what I read, the only thing she insisted on was no, like that see-through fabric that you use for diffusion. She thought it looked cheap and she wanted silk sheets. And then otherwise it was just her, him and his assistant, and she posed and he tried to keep up. Ah, that's cool. Lucky for me, the autofocus on this camera has come a long way. I'm able to rely on the eye tracking and know that with Clara having freedom to move around, I'm still going to get the shot in focus. Okay, so section 1 where I had Clara leading the shoot, the shots are looking great and I love the energy. Now we're warmed up, let's move into trying to really recreate some of the specific poses and atmosphere from Marilyn. Do you want to scooch up? Let's take a look. I think it's kind of funny how these ones are these are all ones that are at a gallery in Paris. There's like a constant exhibition. So how that some of the...
See, she's got a wine. I was right.
She's got a wine. Would you like a wine? It is 3:30.
No, I'm just saying that this vibe.
And there's an ashtray.
Yeah, so I was right.
Are there any that you particularly like?
We haven't done this one, so we can try this.
That's really nice and wispy. These are quite nice, right? With a little bit of movement.
And I like also how the sheets are going like, she's like hidden inside. So we can put the sheets, tuck it in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Along sides. And I just, yeah, this one we could create.
So let's start with that one then. So we'll shoot it in this corner, your head into here. So it'll be feet to that direction, and then I'll put the pillow on the floor over here to really recreate it. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is not going to perfectly work because we don't have enough room for the legs of this, but we can get it close. Her hands are up like this. And then, so it's right up to under her arms. This side is kind of tucked. That side is more like a horse and carriage.
Is this your favorite music?
No. I don't think I've ever listened to a Sinatra playlist. I just thought it kind of fit for Marilyn. And she's kind of looking straight at the camera, a little bit cheeky or a little bit drunk. And bring your elbows quite together. And let's pop as much of your hair under your head as you can. And then I'm going to bring an extra because you said I don't have enough lights.
Yes, you did.
No, you said I haven't spread my stuff around enough. So
Okay, you don't want to get on the first place.
yeah. Okay, elbows back together. I want to really recreate this one. Elbows quite close. It's like weirdly close how she has them.
Okay.
And she's like laughing, or yeah, you just keep moving around as long as we have the hands in roughly this position. That's nice. Yeah, just where you are now is a nice amount. That's great, that's great. Let's get a few here where you don't move your head too much, just move your elbow positions around. I think it's pretty close. Let's choose another one. So we are going now for a back shot. It's not going to be exactly replicated, but oh, we're getting a nice reflection off that building now that's giving more highlights. This has actually worked out great. I went out and bought a special diffuser, but so far we haven't needed it. Now I want hard light, we're getting hard light. So thank you, North Sydney. And the hair is great. I don't want to be what's casting the shadow on you though. Okay, so this is now not their shot, but a shot I love anyway. This will be a good tutorial actually. Let's just tuck all your hair off your back so it's hiding again. Oh, Marilyn wishes she had your back tone. And her hair, yeah, her left hand is kind of reaching out like she's holding something. I think bring your right hand under so you're kind of like lifting your chest up. Yeah, just like that. And then, yeah, we're getting nice light on your back where we need it here. Okay. So we're getting multiple lines of light here because the sun's kind of over there now, but it's catching on multiple buildings, which gives us interesting light and shadow play here. I think I'm going to go now to my wider lens and shoot some from a different vantage point. I have to say the 20 to 35 was probably my favorite zoom of all time when I first started using it. That's been replaced now by the 35 to 100. They say that there's a trilogy coming, so I guess 100 to something as a zoom lens. I really hope that does happen, because with these two and then that as a third option, you could really do an extensive photography trip and just take a 3-lens kit but have Hasselblad quality. Having said that, let's go wide. Like this. So laying along here with your feet towards the window. I'm going to be sitting down here. Bring that hand out a little further. Yeah. Look back towards the slide now. Let's do some kneeling here. This is fine. I just want to get that nice leg. I'm thinking we'll do laying on your back, if that's okay. Oh, I love the tones coming through here. So what I'm thinking for this one is we'll have you laying again on your back, head here, legs back there.
Yep.
And I'm going to shoot from up here, basically towards the light, but then moving your hands around a bit. Let me move. I rarely shoot continuous on this camera, but let's do it. Yep, ready when you are. Just keeping that head as still as possible. Oh, this is going to be great. Yeah. And bringing the hands up, so like shooting them up towards me. I think the last one, it's actually really cute. And the last one, that's quite cute.
Yeah, I like it.
And then some that are a lot faster, so they'll have less hand movement, but that I think is plenty of hand movement. It doesn't need to be like disappearing.
I like these darker ones. Wow, this one's nice.
As the sun set and we moved into the last part of the shoot, I put up the LED light to make sure we had a good directional light to finish out on, and changed to the 90V lens. This is one of my favorite lenses of the system. It focuses so well and renders beautifully. It does mean I have to be right up on the top of the ladder to have enough working distance in this setup. Oh, you did so well. I'm really glad that some of the ones that we kind of improvised ended up being maybe the best of the shoot. I love these ones where you see just like a little peekaboo through there of your eye. Did you have any favorites?
I like the darker ones. I feel like once you put your own work, even though you're inspired by something, once you put a little bit of your own idea, sometimes it does work out better than the original.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's very rare that I'm shooting and trying to exactly replicate something, but do try it as a starting point as you break down and reverse engineer how the lighting was done, what angles and lenses might have been used. You'll, find maybe you can replicate it perfectly, but most often, and like today, as you then bring your own ideas and inspiration and the availability on set, you can create something that is truly uniquely your own. If you want to see how I direct and work with models, you can check out my headshot photography course. There's details of that below. Make sure you check out Clara's socials. We'll have that all linked, as well as everything else we've mentioned in this video. And big thanks to Hasselblad for supporting this video and giving us the challenge to recreate this Kirkland and Monroe shoot. It is an iconic one, but I really think some of the shots we got today maybe are even better. Just it doesn't have Marilyn, which is such a calling card, but we have Clara, so just as cool. I'll give you some sample files as well, folks, but if you have any questions, leave them as a comment below, and we'll see you soon.